This episode is brought to you by Cheetos Deja Tu Huella. Deja Tu Huella means leave your mark, and that's exactly what Latinos are doing. They're transforming the world around them, pushing boundaries with their unique perspectives. It's their superpoder. Join Cheetos and celebrate the heroes that are leaving their mark with the Deja Tu Huella program. You can also celebrate by checking out the new podcast, Batman Unburied, presented by Cheetos Deja Tu Huella. Visit Batman Unburied on Spotify to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Join St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in its life-saving mission, finding cures, saving children, because kids with cancer deserve the chance to grow up. And since St. Jude shares the breakthroughs it makes, every child saved at St. Jude means doctors and scientists worldwide can use that knowledge to save thousands more children. To learn how you can give families hope, visit stjude.org/curingkids.
When you're smiling. Hey, you. Bubbly sparkling water is crisp, refreshing, and perfect for any occasion. Kind of like my voice, but in a can. No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly. Crack a smile.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, via Zoom
is Matthew, TV musical show, idiot, fake fan, worshiper of Kevin Smith, because I liked Masters of the Universe and didn't think that it was a social justice warrior agenda to emasculate men. Haas.
That's a really long name.
It is. It gets longer each episode. Pretty soon I'm just gonna start reading out of a dictionary, and then we'll just see where it goes from there.
Yeah. So, I think I need to change my name then. Just to keep up with you,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to do that next time. Anyways, today on the show, we are covering a pilot that aired on TV in 1990, entitled Shangri-La Plaza. It was a musical comedy sitcom featuring a future cult member / leader. Also featuring Jan from The Office. And co-created by the original Michael Myers from the original Halloween movie. Yep. Nick Castle, that is. So we have Nick Castle is the co-creator with Mark Mueller. It was written by those two guys and Craig Saffin. The show starred Melora Hardin and Allison Mack as a mother and daughter. Melora Hardin, as we know, is Jan from The Office. And Allison Mack, who we know from NXIVM. I mean, Smallville.
Or Honey,
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Yeah, you know. Mm-hmm. Which we reviewed a couple years ago.
Yeah. So, yeah. We also have in the cast Terrence Mann, who is like a big time Broadway star. It also featured Savion Glover, the award-winning tap dancing choreographer. Yeah. So, yes, this is a interesting show here. Quite possibly the most unique sitcom we've ever covered.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't want to say it's bad. It's very very unique concept, especially for 1990. I'm not surprised it didn't go that far, but that's pretty. Well, I guess not so much, because that was around the era where they had Cop Rock. I mean, I think Cop Rock was a few years later, but still.
Or it might have been before this, actually. I'm not sure,
Maybe?
but yeah,
Oh.
but still, it's interesting. I mean, this is obviously. I mean, it's a straight up musical. It's like, I mean, we did have things in the future, like, we do have musicals. Like, I mean, there was like that what is that Extraordinary Playlist or something that they have out that
Oh yeah, Netflix or something.
or it was on NBC. It just got canceled, but it's I mean that was kind of a musical show. You had like Glee, obviously, and things of that nature. So
Yeah.
That this was kind of a precursor too, but in a very interesting way.
Yeah.
See, when I
Very
started, it was funny when I first started watching it. I didn't know it was a musical.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm sitting here and I'm watching the first scene, and these guys start singing at first, but they only sang like one line at first, and then they spoke in between, And so I just thought that it just kind of sounded like it was sing-songy in the way they said it. And then they broke into like a full song, and I was like, this is a musical. Okay. It was kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
So, what happens in this episode here, Matt?
Well, the intro is really interesting song right there, and it's Jan from The Office, because that's what apparently that's her only role. No, she's been in a lot of stuff, and
Melora Hardin. We'll just call her by her name. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know her name. That's why I was.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying we can from now on call her Melora.
Okay. Well, yeah, she just moves into the area with her daughter. She inherited a donut shop from her late husband, or who apparently like both her and her daughter didn't like, apparently, because like the way they talk about him is not very endearing. But anyway, so he owned the donut shop, and I guess he left it to her in his will, I guess. I don't know. And then so it kind of revolves around like three different people's stories. Like you got her and her daughter's story, and it's her just kind of checking out the donut shop, and it's like a lot of people are kind of depressed. It like just almost looks like they're sleeping. Then the woman who works there is just like pouring like coffee like really like sloppily basically into the cups, and like some coffee's just like spilling all over the table. And then like so she like introduces herself as like the new owner, and then like the woman who works there is like all of a sudden becomes more like perky, because she's like, oh shoot, new owner, type of thing. I gotta impress the new owner. And then you got these two dudes who are like they own and run a like car mechanic shop like in the same kind of plaza, and they're like doing their own songs too, and like it's like basically like the difference between like the one guy, he's looking for like his one true love, and then the other guy is just kind of like a womanizer, type dude. Like he ended up taking like I think like one of the hot rods, and was just trying to pick up women, basically, like pretending he was like some rich dude or whatever. Which, it's felony, stealing a car. Anyway, but this is the '90s, so yeah. It was a joyride. I guess technically he didn't steal it because he always intended on bringing it back. So I guess it's not as bad, if you will. And like they kind of do their song where they just sort of like this, they're just like telling each other their differences, like philosophy, I guess, when it comes to love. The dude with like the long hair, he's like the wild guy or whatever. He's like, who cares? Just find anyone that you can mess around with, sleep with, and the other guy's like, no, I gotta find my one true love. And then there's like a third one where it's like these kids are like doing like breakdancing stuff and like, no, not really breakdancing. Were they out? Remember? Well,
it's kind of breakdancing, kind of like just dancing and rapping.
Yeah, they're doing like this cool, like 1990s style thing, and I do though. I swear though, I think I did see something where there was a video store, and I think it had Michael Myers on the. Did you see that, like a Michael Myers poster, like for Halloween?
Yeah, there was like lots of different shows.
Okay,
but that it was probably in there as a what you call it, a Easter egg or something, Yeah,
like an Easter egg, and I mean, and then her daughter, I forgot their names. I don't think I remember actually know any of their names in the show, but
her daughter was Jenny, I think.
Jenny, yeah. She ends up hanging out at the mechanic shop, at one point, and what else happens? I know that some other stuff happens.
When she's at the mechanic shop, and this is played by Allison Mack, she takes control of things like she did in her real life and tried to control people. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways,
that's good.
Wait a second. Okay, no. Anyways, the kid is at the mechanic shop, and she's basically she understands more about the freaking how to fix the car than the guys do and stuff, and then she's playing around with cars and stuff and everything. She was told by her mom to be back in 10 minutes, and then her mom comes to find her, and it's been like 20 minutes. And while she's there, the two guys see the mom, and they're like, "Wow, she's hot," sort of thing in their head, and they both start singing about how they want to like win her over for different reasons, and they go back to the donut shop, and we have a song about how to make donuts, which is the greatest song about how to make donuts I've ever heard in my life. Mind you, it's the only one I've ever heard in my life, but it is the greatest one I've ever heard. So, the kid learns how to make donuts from the lady behind the counter that works there. This show is weird, Matt. Anyway, so
yeah, I know.
I do want to point out something though. Mm-hmm. I would not eat those donuts. Not just because of how bad they are, but one major thing is the kid never washed her hands after touching the car.
Oh, that's right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and then she's throwing donuts and mm-hmm.
Motor oil and grease and yeah.
But then again, they've got like hair on the donuts and all this other weird shit.
Yeah, that's so right.
Yeah, it was gross. It made me not want to eat donuts again for quite a while after watching this, honestly.
Exactly. Like, wait a minute, what's going on at Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah. Just never gonna go to Tim Hortons again. And anyway, so the so that happens, and then do you want to take a break, Matt? Actually.
Oh yeah, sure.
So I'm trying to remember what else happens. I need a break to think about it. We'll be right back, folks, after a word from our sponsors.
What is Gen X? What is the silent generation? What do generations have in common? Hi, I'm Trish the Dish from the Gen X Voice podcast, and I invite you to listen to conversations I have with folks from different generations, backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences in an attempt to see what connects rather than divides us. Even though Gen X has been called slackers, Karens, or not mentioned at all in some cases, we are the bridge generation, so I feel compelled to do my part to destroy ageism by bringing all these voices together. And, as a bonus, each guest gets to answer some 80s questions at the end of each show. So download and listen to Gen X Voice today on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And let's see how much we have in common after all.
Hi, this is Catherine, host of a new fashion podcast, The Real Fashion School Dropout. Join me as I interview guests every week in the fashion and beauty space, and we gossip on all things fashion and beauty, and even get into some personal stories of their journey in the industry. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Hope to see you there.
And we are back. Okay, so, what else happens here? I'm trying to remember.
Well, like, like how you were saying, that she was kind of, ruining the donuts, much like she ruined, the countless lives when she was, the leader, one of the higher ups in the cult, Nexium. How she didn't wash her hands, unlike how she washed her hands of the affairs of, so it's kind of like a reversal of reality, but just like she corrupted the donuts, how she corrupted, allegedly, was it allegedly now or is it official now?
What, her?
Yeah.
Oh, she's been convicted.
No, it's official now because we don't have to say allegedly anymore.
No.
We did last. Gotcha. All right, cool. Just making sure. And yeah, they make donuts and all that bullshit and really bullshit. Is it bad to the bone? I don't know what I'm saying. She makes a shitty donuts. Okay, suffice to say, and then the two dudes are like both doing their own song about trying to woo the donut shop lady, and like, and then they both end up like running into each other, and then they realize like, wait a minute, like you're doing the same thing I'm doing, type of thing. So they like, start arguing about like, whoa, it's not fair, blah blah blah. And then she opens. It's a very riveting tale I'm telling here. And then she opens the door because she can hear them arguing outside the donut shop. And then they're like, "Oh, we didn't know you were there, even though we're at the donut shop that you own and that you're currently inside of." And then like the wild guy, he ends up like stealing the flowers that the other guy bought and trying to act like he got her the flowers even though he didn't get rid of flowers. And then I don't know, some bullshit happened after that, and then she finds out that like far from inheriting a successful business from her late husband, he pretty much like tanked the business, so she's like basically owns like a money pit. And it's like as soon as she got like whatever money that the business had left her, like this guy came in like right behind the lawyer to collect the rent check. So she's got nothing now, and so she's like contemplating like whether or not to just sell whatever she can from the business and just kind of move on from her life. And then that's when they have like this song about like, like that's the way it goes, or
yeah, because everybody thinks that she's leaving. She told everybody she was leaving.
Yeah.
And so the guys were upset, and everybody's upset because, you know, the woman's upset she's going to lose her job. The guys are upset because the hot girl's leaving, and
that they've known for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. And then after the song, Allison Mack's character goes out and, you know, tells everybody, "We're staying!" After she decides to stay because they basically are forced to stay.
Which is, you know, just like, very much like how, you know, she forced people, you know, to stay, you know, instead of Nexium, so.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, this show can almost be like a prophecy of her future life, because it's called Shangri-La, and that's supposed to be like a sort of paradisical, is that even a word? A sort of paradise type of thing, and, you know, that's what she painted, you know, Nexium to be, you know, to get people, you know, inside the cult, and then once they, you know, found out, obviously, you know, they couldn't leave then, so it's, you know, it's very similar.
Cults are a lot like mini malls.
Yeah, well, one could say that the mini mall itself is kind of a cult. Yes. You know, cult-like environment. You know, it turns on your senses to overdrive because there's so many different, you know, stores that you can go to, and then you start just losing, you know, your sense of self and individuality, and you just become one with like the capitalist Borg. Just store after store is calling you, telling you to spend your money. Then you run out of money, so then you're like, oh, well, I can get a credit card, then I'll just pay off the credit card month by month. Just keep buying things on the credit cards, things you don't actually even want. Then you come home and you just see all this piles of junk. You're like, did I buy this? Where did this stuff come from? You see the receipts, though. It says you bought it. You don't remember buying it. You don't even remember being inside the store. But you were there, apparently. Anyway.
Capitalism is a cult.
Yep.
Anyway, so
it is.
it is. So so basically they're ending up staying, and it's basically setting up the series for a series that never happened.
Right.
I mean, there's people in the opening credits that aren't even in the episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they were supposed to be in future episodes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. So I don't know. Do you want to take another break here, Matt? I know it's really quick to take another break, but then we'll come back and we'll talk about the some like trivia and some reactions, like some, you know, reviews and stuff of this wonderful sitcom we just watched.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back.
What is Gen X? What is the silent generation? What do generations have in common? Hi, I'm Trish the Dish from the Gen X Voice podcast, and I invite you to listen to conversations I have with folks from different generations, backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences in an attempt to see what connects rather than divides us. Even though Gen X has been called slackers, Karens, or not mentioned at all in some cases, we are the bridge generation, so I feel compelled to do my part to destroy ageism by bringing all these voices together. And, as a bonus, each guest gets to answer some 80s questions at the end of each show. So download and listen to Gen X Voice today on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And let's see how much we have in common after all.
Hi, this is Catherine, host of a new fashion podcast, The Real Fashion School Dropout. Join me as I interview guests every week in the fashion and beauty space, and we gossip on all things fashion and beauty, and even get into some personal stories of their journey in the industry. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Hope to see you there.
And we are back.
Yep.
Okay, so do you want to hear some trivia here, Matt, about this Shangri-La Plaza?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, the theme song, entitled Shangri-La Plaza, is sung by all 9 credited cast members. However, only 7 of them appear in the actual episode that follows. Only one episode was ever produced. It's a half-hour musical set in Southern California mini mall. So, yeah. The show had hoped to be picked up for the 1990-91 fall season on CBS, but did not get picked up. The pilot aired once in the summer of 1990 as part of CBS's Monday comedy lineup. Was one of 3 shows in the 1990-91 TV season that had musical theme in its series. Cop Rock came out that same year, and so did Hull High. However, this did not make it past the pilot phase. Interesting fact, Craig Safin and Mark Mueller, the composers for the show. Craig wrote did the music for Stand and Deliver. He also wrote the Cheers theme song. Mark Mueller, he wrote the theme song to DuckTales.
Oh, cool.
He also wrote Jennifer Page's 1998 hit Crush. And they had already worked together. Like, the third creator, Nick Castle, is also a very celebrated film writer and director. And I just wanted to point out he directed one of my favorite movies of all time, The Last Starfighter. So, yeah.
Cool.
Have you ever seen The Last Starfighter?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, he directed that. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, it was actually shot at a real mini mall, which still exists. It's at the the actual mini mall where they filmed is located at the corner of Vineland Avenue and Burbank Boulevard in North Hollywood, California. So if you're out that way and you want to visit the set of a failed sitcom
from 31 years ago,
yes, you can go there. It's still there. It's still a shopping mini mall. Yeah, it's
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't take Allison, Mack with you because she's currently, in prison. But
yeah, she's got other commitments, and
yeah. You might be able to take what's her name, Laura,
Melora Hardin. Yeah,
Melora Hardin. If she wants to, I don't know, but
yeah, you could ask her. Maybe her, or Terrence Mann, or somebody else that was involved in it. Just call them up and be like, "Hey, do you want to take a walk down memory lane here?" Okay, so the Internet Movie Database has 3 user reviews. The first one is a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
And this was written by Di Zong on January 1st of 2009. Okay. Would have been fun as a series. I'm pleasantly surprised to see I'm not the only one who remembers this fun half-hour pilot from over 15 years ago. Filled with kitsch sets and bright colors. The plot is as follows, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to go through that. The musical numbers were nearly all memorable and ranged from the kitschy donut hole to the one really beautiful ballad, Don't Tell Me I Can Really Care. Terrence Mann and Savion Glover, the rapper on crutches, are major Broadway stars, and the other 3 leads clearly could have been. Melora Hardin and Carmen Lundy are singer-actresses. Jeff Yeager is just an actor with a great voice. and the songs are done with style and by someone who truly loves musical comedy. I taped this pilot by accident in 1990, and my sister and I watch it every few years for fun. It's in terrible condition, but you can still hear the songs. Not sure if they could have sustained the energy for an entire series, but it could have been fun to watch the game cast give it a try.
Yep.
Okay. There's another. Here's an 8 out of 10 from B. Patrick 2 on May 13th of 2008. I'm the only one, aside from Nick Castle, who remembers this. I remember this pilot. There was something odd about a half-hour musical set in a mini mall. The set was a sick little place that still exists to this day. It is at the corner of Vineland and Burbank Boulevard. The trivia section says this only aired once, but I do recall seeing the pilot sometime later on CBS very late at night. It was an odd time for TV. CBS was at the time renewing TV series as not on season contracts but 6-month commitments. I'm almost happy this didn't get picked up because it would have been a true struggle between the creators and network. I hope Nick decides to revise it as a cable series. I don't think that's happening, sorry. It could actually work this time around. Yeah. We have another 8 out of 10. This is from QWERTY26. And this is from July 18th of 2008. You are not the only one who remembers this. Hard to believe that this was only shown once, and I remember it 18 years later. It had one of the best jokes of all time. Little girl, Mommy, when Daddy went away, did he go to heaven? Mother, thinks about it for a minute. No. Little girl, good. Still laugh when I think about it. I never realized till tonight that it was only shown once. I also like the singing that was done in it. Very bizarre, but enjoyable. I remember CBS had fairly large advertising campaign to promote it. There must have been something else on CBS at this time I watched. Okay, those are the only reviews we have for this on the Internet Movie Database. Okay, so there's a lot of interesting articles out there, too, that I found about this situation from places like the New York Times and and some different publications in Los Angeles, too. Some from that time and some from, like, years later, which are interesting to read and find out more about this wonderful, wonderful sitcom. Matt, would you recommend anybody watch this?
Yeah, sure. I think it's pretty good. It's very colorful.
The set designer for this show was also the set designer for Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Okay.
So that'll give you some idea of the colorful aspect of it. It's very late 80s, early 90s looking.
Yeah, it is. So if you're looking for some good colors to sort of like, brighten up your mood or whatever, and this would be a decent show to watch. It's not like these new movies where you like have to like squint. Like, is that a person there? I can't tell.
Do you think this could have lasted like a season or more?
No. I think at most this would have been like a mini series. Like, I just can't imagine a musical like this. With Glee, it's different because that was about like a high school, so you could have a sort of revolving cast, and it had like a specific purpose because it was about a Glee club. So like music was like already sort of built in to the concept of the show itself, but Glee
when it started out, like the music that was involved in it like the first few episodes was kind of like organic in there, like where they were singing. It was like there was like the like aspect, you know, where it would be like, okay, we're singing here in the Glee Club, so we're going to sing a song. But then it went into the point where people would just sing randomly, like in a regular musical.
Right.
This was straight up just people singing that aren't singers, you know. There's no purpose for two guys named Bondo who work at a body shop to or whatever you want to call it, to start singing, you know. So
so I think it could have been like a mini series. I think it would be okay for like a 6-episode mini series would have been at most. I think
maybe they should revive it for Broadway.
You get the same get the same people there.
Yeah, you can have Allison Mack come up there on her orange jumpsuit or whatever she's wearing. I don't know.
Like they let her do a Zoom from Prince. It's like her hour of activity or whatever.
They let her do that like 8 days a week. I mean, eight times a week or whatever, you know, for the matinees and the We're terrible. Anyway, so
no, she's terrible.
I know.
How did that sweet looking, like, you know, like, I mean, she looks so like innocent, you know, like how did she become? I don't know. Just it's wild.
She just got really mad because people weren't making donuts right or something. I mean, I don't know what the hell happened.
Maybe that's what it was that just turned her.
Yeah.
Like.
I mean, I had such a crush on her when Smallville first came out, but it's just
really?
It's like, I didn't really watch it, but I still thought she was cute. You know, it's just like, oh my god, what the hell? So, it's just sad. It's even sadder for all the people that got, you know, taken advantage of by that cult or any cult for that matter. I don't know. It's just sad. But on a happier note, I really liked this this pilot. It was weird as hell. I saw like a comment on the YouTube video for it where somebody said, "Watch out, Rent." I think we said. So yeah, it's funny. I hope you guys check it out. Let us know what you think of it. Send me a message at mike@cullenpark.com if you want to let us know what you thought of this pilot. Go to our Facebook group, All Too Real 2 podcast group, and you can comment on there. I shared the video on there too, so you can check it out. Just be really interested in knowing what some of our listeners think of this, and if you enjoyed it as much as we did. Any other final thoughts here, Matt, before we wrap things up?
No, just make good donuts. You know, if you make donuts, you know, make sure that they, you know, are good.
That's all.
And don't be mean to people just because they might like, you know, Masters of the Universe, the new one, you know, that, you know,
or don't be mean, or don't be mean to people if they don't like it.
Yeah, I mean that too. You know, it's okay to like things. You know, not everything is a conspiracy to emasculate men who are into cartoons and toys in their 40s.
Yes.
I'm nothing against that.
Nothing against that, because I'm totally into toys and cartoons.
No, I'm just saying, usually when you think of a masculine man, you don't think of someone who plays with toys in their 40s. I'm just saying. So, but yes, you know, it's the feminists that okay, sorry. I'm referencing our last episode, where we got an interesting review from someone who chickened out and deleted their comments. Apparently they, you know, didn't feel very forcefully, you know, about it, you know, because they went and deleted them. So that's interesting. I wrote a really nice long response to the person, you know, very thought out, very very
kind. And
very kind, courteous, and I couldn't post it because he deleted it. So
yeah. So oh well.
Oh well.
And my thing is just just realize you can like things. You can like Shangri-La Plaza if you want, for example.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're weird. Just don't like things so much that you create a cult, and then you have an actress from Smallville join that cult, and then you end up in prison for most of your life.
Yeah,
don't do that. Just don't create a cult. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyways, be sure to check out our our Patreon. Check out our TeePublic. You can get some T-shirts there. Check out our group on Facebook. Like I said, we're on TikTok. Got one post. We got one post. Let us know what you want us to do on there. Maybe we'll start doing. Yeah, we have no idea how to manage the talks and the ticks. And until next time, be kind. Rewind. Get vaccinated, people. There is no weird microchip inside of it or anything.
No, there is. No.
Oh, yeah. But there are sour cream and onion chips inside of it, but...
Yeah, well, that's, to be expected.
Yeah,
but,
yes.
But, I mean, there's, you got cell phones, you've got cameras, if they want to find you, they're going to find you. It just doesn't, they don't need to create could you imagine, I know we're kind of going off the rails here, but like, you imagine the science and the money that would have to get involved to make a microchip that small that it could fit inside of a syringe. I mean, like, the trillions of dollars that would go into that.
Also,
like,
there's no major poison in there. Sure, it's not something that's naturally in your body, but it's based on something that should naturally be able to defend against a virus. Yeah. Trust science. All right. Being a little preachy, but anyways, wear sunscreen, people. Wear a condom.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.